welcome to the show. Again, we thank God that you can view the show, whether it's in your living room, your bedroom, your kitchen, or any other area in the home. We're excited to bring you D.A.P Ministry Presents. We have some good information for you. And we thank God for all the volunteers that have been coming. Thank God that the Lord has not forgotten us and sending the volunteers that are doing outstanding work and helping the rebuilding of our homes as well as our houses of worship. Again, we can't thank God enough for helping us not only rebuild. I always emphasize the importance for the locals here who have family members that are out of town, out of state, when they bring their friends and relatives and bring them down. Make sure that you make a visit to the Lower Ninth Ward, one of the hardest hit areas in the city after Katrina, and see not only the restoration that God is doing because of the devastation. Mm-hmm. And so it is a blessing that God is using people to bring the city back. And we're not 100% back yet, but we're praying that everybody, every area in the city can come back 100%, and that everybody will have an opportunity not only to experience the goodness of God, but the show community. And again, we thank God for our co-host, the Reverend Darrell Smith, also known as D.K. Smith, 9:40 a.m. on your radio dial, WYLD, mm-hmm. and he's known as the PM Pastor. And he has a saying that goes something like this.
From 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., I'll take you home in style with a smile.
And he also has his finger on the pulse of what's taking place locally, but also he has an international flavor. He's going to tell you how he hooked up with the international flavor, but he knows what's going on, and I like what he does, because not only does he engage people, but he engages situations, and I know he's going to tell us about the night out on crime in his community. But you have anything for us?
Well, yeah, I want to start from, again, thanking everyone for viewing on the cable network, but invite you to view online at youtube.com. If you use the search engine and search D.A.P, D.A.P Ministries TV show, you'll find this and other shows, and yes, international, because we know that people, and I'll just name a place like Afghanistan are watching the show even now. Thank Walter Ross for giving us that understanding, that link that his cousin is over there. And so we salute our military heroes and those who are doing what they do. But also, again, thank everyone for the Night Out Against Crime, for the Milan Focus Group in that area. We were at the Atkinson Stern Tennis Court. And tell you what, for those who didn't know about it, they missed out. We had music, we had food. I'd like to thank Mother's Restaurant on Parker Street for their donations. Red beans and rice.
Did you eat any of that?
I had 1 or 2 bowls, yeah. But I want to say this, and I want to share this with the ones who were there. I want to thank Brandon and Brianna, his wife. He works at Mother's, and they made a good donation, a good sizable donation of the red beans and rice. And the best part about it was the food that we had left over, because we had food left over. Sister Florence, she took that and she took it to a church the next day, and she was going to feed the hungry. So they were going to have 2.
So there's no waste?
Oh, no, there was no waste. Okay. We had pasta, seafood pasta from Superior Grill, seafood on St. Charles and Napoleon. I'd like to also thank Colleen with the Daniel Neighborhood Association. That's another association that's in our area. We sort of
collaborated together.
And we collaborated together. So the donations that came from the DNA, the Dallas Neighborhood Association, and of course the Milan Focus Group, Atkinson Stern Tennis Court, also the Ferret Neighborhood Center, they provided the tables and chairs. And so you know who you are, those who were there and participated. So I just want to say thank you. We got something coming up for the Ferret Neighborhood Center. I'll mention that in the second half. But also mention the fact that the passing of Ron Kelly, announcer that was on Blues 1280 for WODT, had the opportunity to go to his homegoing. Pastor Berryhill, Donald Berryhill, preached a wonderful eulogy sermon, and so we thank God for him and for the family that was there. It was good just to represent, I came out there as the PM pastor from the radio, and I told him in my remarks, I said, I'll take you home in style with a smile, just to let him know that, these times are going to go through, but weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And finally, we want to thank God for Pastor Warren Taylor Sr. on homegoing service on yesterday, and of course the musical, and as Elaine stated on Friday, we want to thank God for him because we continue to pray for Sister Marion Taylor and also for the First Evangelist Baptist Church. So we want to say that those things that happened in the past, we got some things to talk about in the future in the next break, but I want to introduce our guest.
Why don't you do that?
Yeah. She comes as a person that I've known for a long time. She's known me when
when you had hair?
When I had hair, when I was a little out there, whatever like that. First thing she said, "You've lost weight." I said, "Yeah, somewhat." But the main thing is, she still looks the same, and I know her husband very well. We work together on the radio. He's known as Papa Smurf, but also known as Greg Vigne, and she comes in the person of Elaine Vigne, and she's going to talk about the St. Bernard Project, which is a non-profit organization. So we want to say welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
And may I say, Mama Smurf.
Mama Smurf. Oh, goodness, I always have to put up with that one.
They do that a lot. They do that a lot for you.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows Papa Smurf, but,
Yeah.
but you know, I didn't know Mama Smurf.
Oh, well, now you know now. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes on and on. Children Smurf, it just keeps
Oh, you
going.
got children Smurf?
Yeah. Grandson Smurf, it just keeps going
Oh,
on.
my goodness.
Yeah. So,
Now, we do, because we want to get to know more about you, and tell us about the St. Bernard Project, which is a nonprofit organization. We want to emphasize that because it's not connected with any other kind of quote-unquote project.
right.
So,
Well, St. Bernard Project has been around since 2006. Zach and Liz, they came down and they saw the need. They saw a need that needed to be fulfilled. And they came down and they decided to do whatever they had to do to get people back in their homes and get their lives back together. And that was the conception of it in 2006. And since that, we have built 500 homes plus. And we're also on a fast track of getting smaller projects done between now and December. And projects 5,000 to 25,000. So if you have small projects like floors or whatever, and we supply the materials.
All the materials?
Yes.
Okay. All you have to do is show up?
Just show up, and we also ask you to come and show your face while the volunteers, because volunteers come from all over the world.
Oh, my
And, you know,
goodness.
the emphasis that I say on the show, and Reverend Smith knows about it as well, we have a group that comes down every year, team effort, and they come down and they're young kids from junior high school, the high school kids. They're also chaperone, but they come down and do an awesome job putting on roofs, drywall, tiling floors,
even gutting homes.
even gutting homes. Did they do some work for you?
Yeah, they painted. Yeah,
They painted?
They painted that famous color that I had in my house, which was asparagus and the color was
Its color is asparagus.
Asparagus and eggplant, which is
eggplant.
purple and green. Yeah,
Okay.
and I think I was the only one that liked it because everyone made an opinion, just like, who decided on those colors? And it's just like,
For me, it looked like gray to me.
Oh,
Gray,
okay.
gray and kind of.
hey, it was green.
No, I'm saying to me,
Oh, okay.
my visualness, it looks like gray, and it was like a maroon to me. That those two colors look like to me. I wasn't mad with it. I like gray.
You need to get your glasses. But anyway, but the point of it is that you have volunteers that come out and
They
everything.
come from all over the world, Alaska, New Zealand.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
Is that right?
Yes. And I mean, the ages vary. We have from the young to the really young, and then the older people, and they come and they feel good about themselves. For a short period of time, I was a site supervisor, so I was out working on homes, for about 2 months. So I had the experience as well as the other people. And being a part of the community and being able to give back at that magnitude is just, I can't even explain it.
Now tell us where y'all located, because maybe some people may thinking that you're located in the St. Bernard Project.
No, we're at 8324 Park Place, and that's in Chalmette. That's not far from Walmart. So you'll be familiar with that area. And it's kind of far back. You'll see a McDonald's, and then you ride behind that McDonald's, and we're right there.
What about a contact number?
I'm there already because I have MapQuest in my head and I can see it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, what about a contact number?
The
just in
contact
case?
number is 504-644-4639, and you call Client Services. and you can ask for me or anybody in client services, because the team is wonderful, so anybody will help you as much as possible. But if you have that smaller project and you want it done before the Christmas holidays, call St. Bernard Project.
Now we got the number up there right now. That's 504. This was 277-6831.
Yes, and 504-644-4639 is another number. But you can use that email address, that website, and you can go on that website as well.
Okay, good.
So, and you can talk to any one of us, Elaine, Joe, Johanna, Sarah, or Bettini, and we'll all help you.
Now here's the other plus that DK likes. He got some favorite words that he like, and it's FREE.
Yeah.
Is this service free?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Look at
And,
that's almost better than food, huh?
That's my other
And they
favorite
supply
letter.
the materials. They come out, and I mean, at any given time, you might have 20 or 30 people in your house, but
They're gonna do the
the
work.
fact of the matter is they're out there and they're working, and
Now-
they're doing this.
Now, even though I heard Pastor Williams say they, just show up. What is the requirements? Do you have like a registration, or you have to have people to apply?
Okay, when they call client services, what's going to happen is we'll do an intake.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get a few little things like the age and stuff
Simple
like
information.
that. Yeah, simple information. Get it in a system, and it will generate a paper document, and then we'll mail that out to them. Once they get that, they can fill out, and whatever they need to fill out, they can send it back, and then we can start the process. And usually we'll call and see if we could come and visit the site, take some photographs. And once we do that, then we'll bring it to the board. We'll do a presentation.
Okay, it's almost like a round table discussion about needs assessments or compared to other people's needs assessment.
Right.
Is there a preference, like in most cases, senior citizens, special needs individuals, do they get an opportunity to be pushed up because of their condition?
It's still, if it's within the scope of the work. And that's what we're talking about, a scope of the work, because we're doing smaller jobs right now. So maybe we might have someone with special needs and stuff. They may have something really, really big.
Too big for that project.
So yeah, what we do is a fair review. And we're very hard on that, being very fair about the needs and the scope of work. But a lot of the volunteers, they might be young, so don't let them fool you.
They're skilled, though.
They've been all over the world doing a lot of
So
major
they're
work.
pretty skilled.
They're very skilled. One day I was on a site, and there was some young guys, and I'm like, they're so skilled at doing what they're doing. And it's like, we just came back from Guam putting on roofs.
Oh,
And
wow.
See, that's what I'm saying. It amazed me because in my mother's neighborhood, when Team Effort first came down, they did my neighbor's roof. I mean, they black tore. They put the paper down, and then they put the shingles down, and the roof is still there now. So that's been over 8 years ago. Yeah. So and they were young kids. They were
young kids.
Junior high and high school kids. And the good thing about it, they did have people that were skilled to tell them what to do and stuff. But they did a good job. Still doing a good job.
Well, we have wonderful welcome home parties, and just to really meet the families and see what impact you had on their lives, and how excited they are. As a matter of fact, welcome party is coming up right now as we speak. So they have bands.
Okay.
They have guests singing and food, and it's so wonderful, because like doing the process of the building of the homes, we ask them to do 20 hours, and 20 hours could mean bringing a pizza.
Really?
For the volunteers,
Right.
or water. It's hot outside.
I was blessed that when they came to my house, I fixed a meal